Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining on time. My name is Rohit. You are learning German. I'm helping you do that. What you are looking at right now are the sessions 7 and 8 agenda out of 16 complimentary sessions for German A2 level. You see 4 points on the agenda right now. I think we'll only cover the first two and the last one. The first one is the Modalverben part, the second one is the adjectives, the third one is the genitive case, which we will do maybe next time. Not maybe we'll do next time. The fourth part is the vocabulary. What do I mean by modalverben? You have already learned modalverben in A1. There is a chance that if you are with learning with me in A1, I already taught you modalverben in how to use modalverben in present tense, how to use modalverben to talk about sentences in past tense. We will do a revision of that, a very thorough revision of that. Then also what we will do is, because modal we have, like, you cannot use them on it them, like you have to frame a sentence, right? So I will start from the very beginning. Tell you how to frame a sentence in German language with normal verbs, with two verbs where one is modal verb, the other one is a different verb. That's all we are going to do. Let me just, yeah. The second part is the adjectives part. What do I mean by adjectives? So in A1, I told you that I requested you that learn as many adjectives as you can, because then you can just use the verb sein and describe everything, right? You can just say subject, sein, and you can use adjective to describe what do you think about the subject. For example, you can describe moods of people. Er ist traurig, er ist glücklich. You can use adjectives. You can also use adjectives to describe presentations. Die Präsentation ist gut, ist schlecht, whatever you want to say. You can describe apartments with that. Wohnung ist hell, Wohnung ist dunkel, Wohnung ist groß, Wohnung ist klein. You can do all that. What you're supposed to do now is that you're supposed to learn adjectives in comparative and superlative form. What do I mean by that? When you learn adjectives, for example, in English also, when you learn adjective, for example, the adjective fast, this is the normal form or the grund form. If you want to say someone, with fast, you can just say that someone is fast. But what if you want to say he is fast with respect to this person, or this software is fast with respect to this software? You will have to say faster, right? Similarly, in German also, you'll have to say schnell, schneller. This is the one level higher. Then if you want to say this is the fastest, then you will have to say am schnellsten. This is what you are going to learn today, to use three different. So you already know adjectives, you know them in their grund form. You will learn comparative and superlative form, and how to like, if I give you an adjective, how to guess how the adjective will look like, and of course sound like, because German is a phonetic language, in the next two forms, that is superlative and comparative forms. The third part, genitive case, we'll do next time. I don't think we'll have enough time to do that. The fourth part is the vocabulary part, where you by now, you all have access to the website, so you know the vocabulary that we are going to cover today. You were supposed to go through the vocabulary, find the meaning, think of a sentence that where you can use that vocabulary. If you have not done that, you're making me sad at 7:30 in the morning. All right. Having said that, let us start. So, disclaimer. Please understand, if somebody has to teach you German, he or she needs to spend 80 to 100 hours with you. And then the person can say, hey, I did my job. I am not spending 80 to 100 hours with you. All I'm spending is 16 hours or maybe 20 hours with you. So I am doing 100 hours of job in 20 hours. Of course, it is not going to be. There are going to be loopholes, and the major loophole is the practice part. I'm not able to do a lot of practice with you. We do practice, but not the way not of the amount that I want to do. So if you're preparing for exam, please do a lot of practice on your own or with friends. All right. You are now supposed to learn Modalverben in German language in present tense and in past tense, how to use them. There are six Modalverben in German language. Let me just give you a quick summary of trailer of what we are going to learn right now. So I'll show you the six Modalverben, what they mean, where you can use them. For example, können, dürfen, wollen, müssen, sollen, möchten. Then I will give you the conjugation table for the Modalverben in present tense and in past tense. Then you will have to read a lot of sentences where Modalverben have been used in present tense and in past tense. what else you are going to do is that I will teach you, uh, give you some revision of how to frame sentences in German language that you are supposed to know from A1, but we'll also learn that right now. Nothing wrong in revising something. And I mean, these are just slides we are going to go through, where I will tell you how to use frame sentences using normal verbs, using separable verb, using modal verb and a separable verb, and so on. And then I will also teach you. You will also learn how to, uh, yeah, the comparative and superlative forms of adjectives. How to figure out these two forms if I give you an adjective. All right, and then I will just a little bit more on the grund form, comparative, superlative form. For example, if you want to say it's exactly as good, A is exactly as good as B, A is exactly as fast as B, A is faster than B, A is slower than B, something like that. Yeah. So this is what you're going to learn. All right, that's a trailer. Any questions? Feel free to raise your hand and ask. Don't mind. I don't mind getting interrupted. Having said all that, let us start. Let's start with the Modalverben in German language. There are six Modalverben in German language. uh, on the screen you see six cards, blue cards. The one on the left, top left, is können. Können means to be able to or can. It expresses ability or possibility. What does it mean, ability or possibility? If you see, if you apply for a job interview, in the interview they will ask, right, what all can you do? So you can say, I can program in Python, I can do SQL, right? You can say all that. I can do SAP, I can speak English, right? Can, this is a ability. So ich kann in Python programmieren, ich kann SQL code schreiben. Yeah, you'll say all that. The next one is the possibility. What is possibility? uh, yeah, for example, if you look outside and there is the you see a lot of black clouds, you will say, yeah, it can rain today. It's not a ability. You will say it's a possibility, right? It can rain today. Heute kann es regnen. This is a possibility part. One example I can give on over here is that ich kann schwimmen. It's a skill. It's an ability. I can swim. The next one is müssen. The one below können, müssen, over here. I hope you can see my arrow. Müssen means to have to or must. Uh, so it expresses necessity or obligation. Now, what do I mean by necessity? For example, I mean, if you don't have money like the Ambanis, you have to work, right? So it's an you ich muss arbeiten. Yeah, you have to work. Uh, then you the next part is obligation. Obligation. For example, what can I say? Uh, I mean, okay, now we are talking about, like, it's like, we're splitting here. What is necessity? What is obligation? Of course, obligation is a degree higher than necessity, right? For example, if you want to come to Germany, you have to get a visa, right? Du musst ein Visum bekommen, yeah? That's the obligation. The next one is here, dürfen, the middle top. Dürfen means to be allowed to or may. Now, to be allowed to or may, I can give you a simple example of may. Most of us, when we were in school, our teachers used to crack this joke, which they thought was very funny, but we found it lame. I believe, at least I found it lame. Whenever I used to want to enter the classroom, I used to ask, right, can I come inside? And my teacher used to say, you can, but you may not. She's saying, of course you can, you have legs, you can come in, but you may not, because you did not ask properly. So I was supposed to ask, may I, not can I, right? I was not supposed to say can ich, I was supposed to say darf ich, right? So may. Allowed to, if you work in an office, you will, I mean, all the office, they have the signs that, uh, man darf hier nicht rauchen, one cannot, one is not allowed to smoke in here. So dürfen is like allowed to, what you're allowed to do or not allowed to do. One example over is that darf ich hier parken, may I park over here, like, am I allowed to park over here or not? Then the next one is sollen, the middle bottom. Sollen is to be supposed to or should. So it expresses a duty, obligation, or a recommendation. Uh, I mean, again, you'll say, okay, we had obligation in Musen as well. We have obligation over here as well. You have to understand the context. Where can you use sollen? When you are telling someone he should do something, right? For example, you should read this book. You should watch this movie. Du sollst. Yeah, du sollst das Buch lesen. It can be a recommendation, right? Again, du sollst das Buch lesen, something like that. Your boss is you have some problem in doing some task. Your boss will say, you can read this book, you can read this article, you can read this Medium article, right? Or he'll say you should. He'll say you should, something like that. Then the next one is wollen, top right. Wollen means to want to. It's a very strong wish. I want to do this, right? So it expresses a strong desire or intention. For example, ich will nach Hause again. I want to go home. It's almost 6. I'm done with my work. Then möchten. Many people ask what is the difference between wollen and möchten. There is difference is only that wollen is a very strong wish. Möchten is a polite way of expressing your wish. So I can also say ich möchte nach Hause again. I can also say ich will nach Hause again. There is a difference. Ich möchte is like, I would like to go home. Yeah, something like that. So ich möchte einen Kaffee bitte. If you go to a restaurant, after all, of course you can say ich will ein Pizza haben. I want to have a pizza. Or you can be a gentleman or lady of leisure and you can say nicely, ich möchte ein Pizza haben bitte. Yeah. So, any questions about the meanings of them? Please ask. Okay. If there are no questions, let us go through the conjugation table of Modalverben. I want someone to read the tables. The Who wants to read? Please raise your hand. I'm not going to read, guys. Yeah, because you can read.
Ist möchte, du möchtest, sie es möchte, ihr möchtet, wir möchten, sie möchten.
Continue, please.
So the screen went off.
Okay, I think you have some issues with your laptop, I guess. Anyone else wants to read, please? Yes, please. Yeah, Vaishali, you can start. Please speak quick.
Ich will, du willst, sie es will, ihr wollt, wir wollen, sie wollen. Ich kann, du kannst, sie es kann, ihr könnt, wir können, sie können. Ich soll, du sollst, sie es soll, ihr sollt, wir sollen, sie sollen. Ich darf, du darfst, sie es darf, ihr dürft, wir dürfen, sie dürfen. Ich muss, du musst, sie es muss, ihr müsst, wir müssen, sie müssen.
Yes, thank you very much. So you should know this table by now. If you don't know this, then you should ask for a refund from your A1 teacher. You cannot ask from me because I did not take any money from you. Yeah. So let's start with the. I mean, what I want. I mean, you should know this table. It's not that difficult to remember. But if you still find it difficult to remember, let's look at how easy it is to remember. So if you look at so the at the very top you have the verbs in their normal form, right? In their infinitive form or grund form. So möchten, wollen, können, sollen, dürfen, müssen. Now for wir and zz, it does not change, right? The verb remains as it is, right? So for the last two rows, you don't have to remember. As long as you know the verb, the conjugation does not change for wir and zz. That's fine. Now there are four left, right? Ich, du, er, sie, es, and ihr. If you look for ich and for er, sie, es, it's almost the same. Möchte, will, kann, soll, darf, muss. So again, if you know for ich, you know for er, sie, es, because the conjugation is the same, right? Now only du and ihr are left. If you look at do, you know all you have to do is add the sound of st at the end. So möchte, möchtest, will, willst, kann, kannst, soll, Zolz, darf, darfs, muss, muss. Again, if you add like este, it will sound like moose. Okay, so I hope you understand the logic, right? Again, so if you know for ich, you know for RZS, right? It's the same thing. Ich and RZS, the conjugation of the modal verb is the same. If you know for ich, and if you want to find the conjugation for do, all you have to do is add the sound of st at the end. Okay. Now what is left is ia. Okay. It's also very easy to remember. If you know for ish, right? All you have to do is for do you had to add the sound of s and te. For ia you have to sound just the add of te, just the te sound, right? So möchte, möchtet, will, volt. Now you'll say, okay, will became volt, like you changed I to O. Yes, of course, there are going to be exceptions. Kann becomes könnt, soll becomes sollt, darf becomes dürft, muss becomes muss. Now, one more other way to look at this is, right, you take the actual, like if you want to figure out, if it's difficult to figure the conjugation for ia from the conjugation for ish, just look at the actual verb, remove n. Okay, remove the sound of n with te. So möchten, möchtet, wollen, wollt, können, könnt, sollen, sollt, dürfen, dürft, müssen, muss. Yeah. So not so difficult to remember. So as I said, it all, if you know the actual verb for via and zizi, the conjugation does not change. Ish, if you know for ish, then you know for rsz because the conjugation is the same for ish and rsz. If you know for ish, if you want to find the conjugation for do, just add the sound of este. And if you for ia, just take the replace the n sound in the actual verb with te. So möchten becomes möchtet, wollen becomes wollt. So I hope you get that point. This is the conjugation in present tense, right? In presence. Then in past tense, preteritum, this is the conjugation table. Anyone wants to read? I believe, yeah, Vaishali, you can continue reading.
Uh, ich möchte, du möchtest,
No, no, no,
er
no,
sie
no, no. It
es,
is, it is O now. Mockte.
uh,
You're reading this
er sie
table,
es.
the bottom table.
No, I'm reading this Präteritum.
Yeah, but it is O, right? So mockte. It here it was O umlaut, so you read möchte, but here it is O. So it is not umlaut, right?
अच्छा अच्छा sorry.
Yeah.
Ich mochte, du mochtest, sie es mochte, ihr mochtet, wir mochten, sie mochten. Ich wollte, du wolltest, sie es wollte, ihr wolltet, wir wollten, sie wollten. Ich konnte, konnte, du konntest, sie es konnte, ihr konntet, wir konnten, sie konnten. Ich sollte, du solltest, sie es sollte, ihr solltet, wir sollten, sie sollten. Ich dürfte, du durfst, sie es dürft, ihr dürftet, wir dürfen,
It's not
sie.
you. It's not you. It's simply U. There is no umlaut. So it's duften, not duften. U. Just straightforward U.
Uh,
Read again.
sorry, uh, ich
Not
dürft,
not you. Just U. Dufte.
dürft,
Not
ich,
you. U. Dufte. Do. Like you said,
du,
do, right? Do.
okay, ich dürft, du durft, sie es dürft,
No, no, no.
ihr
I'm saying
dürftet,
ich dufte. Du duftest. Sie es dufte.
äh, sorry, ich durfte, du durftest, sie es durfte, ihr durftet, wir dürften, sie durften. Is it
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, it's much better.
Ich musste, du musstest, sie es musstet, ihr
Sie es not
musstet,
mustet. It's just muster.
sie es musste, ihr musstet, wir mussten, sie mussten.
So now this is the conjugation table in the preteritum. This also you should remember. Now, if I want to find, like, I know in presence it is möchten. in Präteritum it becomes mockten. How do I find this out? How? No? Okay, there is a mistake over here. Let me correct it right away. So, no. If you find any mistakes, guys, please correct me. Sometimes I forget to. Yeah. So it's Walton and not Wallen. Yeah. Now, so Mjösten becomes Mockton. Wallen becomes Walton. Kjonen becomes Konten. Sollen becomes Zolten. Dürfen becomes Duften. Müssen becomes Moosten. Yeah. Now, how do I figure this out? All you have to do is like if there is an umlaut, remove the umlaut. So, okay, and just add. Uh, what did I do? Yeah. So, if there is an umlaut, remove the umlaut. So, Mjösten becomes Mockten, right? And if there is no sound of t before n, then you have to add. Here there was te, t before n, so you did not have to add extra te. Let's look at Wallen. So there is no umlaut, so it's fine. But we have to add the sound of te before n. So Wallen becomes Walton. Yeah. Let's look at Kjonen. Again, Kjonen. So remove the umlaut, so you have ka o, and you have to add the sound of te before n. So kon tan. Yeah. Same applies for Zollen. There is no umlaut, so it's fine. Just add the sound of te before n. So Zoltan. Dürfen, remove the umlaut. So de u, not de o umlaut. And add the sound of te before n. So Duften. Müssen, remove the umlaut. So mu. Then add the sound of te before n. Mosten. Yeah. All right. Now again, how do you remember this table? You should remember it anyhow because you're an A2 now. But if you forgot to remember, let me give you a quick recap how to remember. So as just like in present tense, if you know the actual verb, then for via and zz it does not change. Same in preteritum, mockten. For via and zz it's still mockten. Walton, 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 conten, 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 zolten, 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 duften, 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 mosten, mosten, mosten. I mean, it does not change. Uh, then uh, let me see if there's someone want to join or I see. Okay. Yeah. Now, so that means if you know the actual verb in the normal form, for V as easy, you don't have to remember separately. Now, what about ish and RZS check? Again, it's the same. Mokta, mokta, volta, volta, konta, konta, zolta, zolta, dufta, dufta, musta, musta. How do you know the? So all you have to do is like take the actual verb, remove the end sound. So mokten becomes mokta, volten becomes volta, konten becomes konta, Zoltan becomes Zoltan. Remove the end sound, right? That's all you have to do. So for ish, if you know for ish, you know for RZS. How easy German language is, right? Then how do you find for do? All you have to do is take the conjugation for ish and add the sound of este, just like you did over here, right? Mjösta became mjöstest, will became wills, kan became skans. Here, mokta will become mock test, volta will become vol test, konta will become con test, zolta will become zol test, dufta will become doof test, mosta will become most test. So if you know for ish, you know for RSZ. If you know for ish, you just have to add the sound of este and you get for do. What about ia? Also simple, just add the sound of te. Mocktet, voltet, contet, zoltet, dooftet, moostet. Right? So simple. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, no questions. Now what we have to do is I mean, these are some sample sentences with the help of Modalverben. Before we do that, let's do a quick revision of how to frame sentences in German language, right? So, uh, please pay attention. Don't play with your phone because this may be heavy if you have not done this before. So, there are three kinds of sentences. I mean, I personally can frame only three kinds of sentences in German language. The first is a statement. The next two are questions. Question can be yes or no kind of question, or it can be a W word kind of question. Statement, you normally have a subject, you have a verb, and you have an object. So ich bekomme den Vertrag. If you want to convert a statement to a yes or no kind of question, all you have to do is interchange the positions of the subject and the verb. So instead of ich bekomme den Vertrag, you say bekomme ich den Vertrag with a question mark, right? If you want to convert a yes or no kind of question into a W kind of question, just take the state question from yes or no and put a W word before that. So instead of saying bekomme ich den Vertrag, you will say wann bekomme ich den Vertrag. Yeah, when do I get the contract? When am I getting the contract? So Statement, subject, verb, object. If you want to convert a statement to a yes or no kind of question, interchange the positions of the subject and the verb. If you want to convert a yes or no kind of question into a W word kind of question, just take the yes or no kind of question, put W word at the beginning. Any questions? All right. Now let's look at the statement. So here ish become then vertrag. The verb will be conjugated as per the given subject. So if it is there is a mistake. It should be ich bekomme over here, okay? Not bekommen. Ich bekomme, du bekommst, sie es bekommt, ihr bekommt, wir bekommen, sie bekommen. So the verb has been conjugated for the given subject. Again, it should not be bekommen over here. It should be ich bekomme. Now, again, let's look at the same slide before. And instead of calling it verb over here, I will call it main verb. Why do I call it main verb? You'll understand. So far, I have used only one verb in a sentence. Now I want to use one more verb, and that verb will be modalverb. Yeah. So that verb will be modalverb. Now, if I moment I use a modalverb, check what happened. So instead of saying, so until now I was saying ich bekomme den Vertrag. Now I want to use a modal verb, meaning I want to say I can get the contract, I want to get the contract, I'm allowed to get the contract, I should get the contract, instead of just saying I get the contract. So how do you do that? What you have to do is you place the so in a statement the verb was at the second position, right? Still, there will be a verb at the second position, but now that verb is the modal verb können, for though it is kans, and the actual verb will be at the last position. So when you use a modal verb in a sentence, the actual verb goes to the last position, and the modal verb is at the second position. And you only conjugate the modal verb. The other verb you don't need to conjugate. That is the benefit of using a modal verb in a sentence, because you only have to conjugate this verb. You don't have to conjugate this verb. So in exam, when you are not sure, if you're not sure like what is the conjugation of a specific verb, uh, right, then just use a modal verb, because there are only 6 modal verb and you remember their conjugation. So the if you use modal verb in a sentence, you'll not get lose your marks, right? Because the other verb you will not have to conjugate, you will just keep it in its infinitive form. Then yes or no kind of question, same theory, just take the statement. Yeah, in and if you want to convert the statement into a yes or no kind of question, interchange the positions of modal verb and the subject. Vaishali, you can lower your hand if it's possible. Otherwise, I think you have a question. Okay. So if you want to convert a statement to a yes or no kind of question, interchange the positions of the modal verb or the conjugated verb and the subject. So, and if you want to convert a yes or no kind of question to a W word kind of question, just take the yes or no question, place a W word before it. Yeah, guys, I'm being a little bit fast because you're supposed to know all this. If you have questions, please feel free to interrupt. Yeah. So, and what about if you have a okay, if you have let's say, so far, again we'll look at just one sentence. Yeah, I mean, this was sentence ich bekomme den Vertrag. Here the verb bekommen was a normal verb. What do you mean by normal verb? It was not separate, meaning it did not have a prefix. There are like trennbare Verben, separable verbs in German language where they have a prefix. So instead of this ich bekomme den Vertrag, I get the contract. If I want to say like, let's say, someone sends the contract to me on email and I want to forward it to you, the verb for that is weiterleiten, and weiterleiten is a separable verb, right? So when you want to say I forward the email contract, or I am forwarding the contract, you will have to say weiterleiten. And weiterleiten is a separable verb, a trennbare verb, meaning weiter, the prefix has to be at the end. So when you frame a sentence with this, uh, you place the prefix at the very end and you conjugate whatever is left of the verb. So lighten conjugated for ish becomes lighter. And if you want to convert this statement into a yes or no kind of question, all you have to do is interchange the positions of the verb and the subject. So instead of saying ish lighter, you will say lighter ish, blah blah. Now, if you want to convert the same story, if you want to convert a yes or no kind of question to a W word kind of question, just take the yes or no kind of question and place W word. So instead of saying lighter ist den Vertrag weiter, you'll say wann leite ich den Vertrag weiter. When do I forward, or when am I forwarding the contract? All right. I hope you got that. And what happens if you use a modal verb along with it? Now again, the benefit of using modal verb, because the moment you use modal verb, does not matter which verb is it, whether it is a separable verb or a normal verb, you just write it as it is together. So you don't have to worry about where to place the weiter. Nothing. You just write weiterleiten as it is. Okay. So du kannst den Vertrag weiterleiten, kann sie den Vertrag weiterleiten, wann könnt ihr den Vertrag weiterleiten, right? See, just everything at the end. The verb is at the end. Over here you have to worry, right? Okay, weiter has to be end at the end, and lighter has to be like separable, like separated from the prefix, right? This is the benefit of using modal verb. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay. If there are no questions, then please understand all these sentences are in present tense. Now, if you want to say this in past tense, right? the and if you want to say some sentence in past tense and you are using modal verb, all you have to do is just like this modal verb, just write its conjugation in preteritum. So instead of saying du kannst, like if you want to say like instead of saying like du kannst, if you want to say in past tense, all you have to say is like du konntest. That's it, nothing else. So du konntest den Vertrag weiterleiten, and the statement becomes in past tense. That is one more benefit of using modal verb. You don't have to change anything else. Vital item remains as it is. You don't have to use its past tense. You can use it in present tense. But the moment you use the Präteritum of modal verb, the sentence becomes past tense. Okay, so that's the benefit of using modal verb. So many benefits. So du kannst den Vertrag weiterleiten. This is this is an important point. This is what you're supposed to learn. So if you want to frame a sentence in present tense with modal verb, you learned. Now if you want to frame the same sentence in past tense, all you have to do is use the preteritum of the modal verb, the correct preteritum, yeah, the correct conjugation in preteritum. That's why these two tables are so important, yeah. The bottom one as well. You should know all this. Yeah. So uh, any questions so far? Because now we are going to do exercises. Okay. If there are no more questions, I want someone to read. Who wants to read apart from Vaishali? Please raise your hand. Yeah, Chaitra, you can read. So on the screen, you see some sentences. Please start reading.
Okay. Ich arbeite. Ich kann, konnte arbeiten. Ich darf, dürfte arbeiten.
Not
Ich
you. It's
muss,
u. Dufte, not dufte. Dufte.
dürfte.
Yeah.
Okay. Ich muss, musste arbeiten. Ich soll, sollte arbeiten. Ich will, wollte arbeiten. Ich mag, möchte arbeiten.
Not
Shall I
mögte.
continue?
Okay, so please understand. Yeah, but just 1 second. German is a phonetic language. Phonetic meaning it is read exactly the way it is written. Meaning, if you have an umlaut, then you say ö. But if there is no umlaut, you just say o. So this is not. You said, at least, I mean, maybe you, at least to my ears, it sounded like you said mögte. No, it's mochte. There is no umlaut.
Oh,
Okay.
got it. Yes, yes. Du telefonierst, du kannst, konntest, telefonieren, du darfst, dürftest, telefonieren, du musstest telefonieren, du solltest telefonieren, du wolltest telefonieren, du magst, test telefonieren.
Yeah.
Go
Continue.
on to R.
Yeah,
Er
you can.
schreibt,
Also, like
er
so
schreibt,
like here for RSZ, I have not. 1 second, Ravish has a question. Yeah, Ravish.
Yeah, hi Rohit. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, okay, ish has the conjugation with ish conte, or let's say, for the arbeiten first line. But why we are having ish kan arbeit?
Ishkan. I'm just saying. I mean, again. So you're saying why am I writing Khan and Conta together?
Mm. Yeah, I'm
I'm
confused
just
because
telling you like
the
like I
con.
mean it's like I just tried to save. I mean, so Ich kann arbeiten means I can work. Ich konnte arbeiten means I could have worked. So I'm just like making same. I mean,
Oh,
these are
okay,
two different
okay,
sentences.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that is the past tense, correct. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
conte,
So
yeah,
this is a
past
quick.
contribution. Okay, now I got it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
I
now I
mean,
got it.
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, just saying, like, if you just change the modal verb, the sentence. I mean, so here
So,
I have only
yeah,
written I can work. I should also write I can, I could have. Yeah,
I could have. Yeah, okay, now I
yeah.
got it. Yeah,
Okay.
no, done.
All
Yeah.
right. Chaitra, please continue reading. So
Okay.
for air, like for RZS, I have not provided the past form, but it's, I mean, you know that it's the same as the one for ish.
Correct. Okay. Er kann E-Mails schreiben. Er darf E-Mails schreiben. Er muss E-Mails schreiben. Er soll E-Mails schreiben. Er will E-Mails schreiben. Er mag E-Mails schreiben.
Now the past tense as
Es
well,
trug,
please.
okay. Er, second, I'll just read that.
It's the same as the ish. So the conjugation in Präteritum, like if you know for ish, you know for
Okay.
RSZ.
Okay. Er konnte E-Mail schreiben. Er darfte E-Mail schreiben.
No, not
Er
dafta. Come on, dufta.
dürfte. Okay. Er dürfte E-Mail schreiben. Er musste E-Mails schreiben. Er sollte E-Mails schreiben. Er wollte E-Mails schreiben. Er möchte E-Mails schreiben.
Not mjokta. Mokta. Oh,
Mochte.
yes.
Sorry.
No
Yes.
problem. Ravish, please ask.
Yeah, I think Kshetra, she was saying more state. It should be T in the end, correct? Or because
No, no, no. I mean, in Präteritum there
ah
is no umlaut.
no no
Uh,
no most yeah, that's fine. Most moctet T in the end. I mean conjugation. I was hearing she was only saying conte, not T in the end. I think dofte, because it is air. We should be conjugating with that, correct? Air contact email schreiben air
No, there is
darf.
no t at the end. That's what I said. So in
So,
Präteritum, if you want to find for ish, just remove the end part. So Mockton becomes Mockter, Walton becomes Walter, Conton becomes Conter, Zoltan becomes Zolter, Dufton becomes Dufter,
oh
Mosten becomes Moster. And if you know for
oh, it
ish,
is
for,
same for air. Okay.
yeah, that's what I said.
Sorry, I
Like,
joined late. Sorry. I thought yeah. Sorry, I thought that the normal conjugation is we add T in the end. Okay.
okay,
Sorry.
now you have to
Yeah.
buy me
Okay.
Nvidia shares.
Yeah. I'll have to watch it back again. Sorry. I joined late.
No problem.
Yeah. Sorry.
Continue, Chatra.
Okay. Es druckt Dokumente. Es kann Dokumente drucken. Es darf Dokumente drucken. Es muss Dokumente drucken. Es soll Dokumente drucken. Es will Dokumente drucken. Es mag Dokumente drucken. Es konnte, es konnte Dokumente drucken. Es dürfte Dokumente drucken.
Not
Es
not
musste
dufte, not u, just u. Straightforward u. There is no umlaut in Präteritum.
durfte.
Okay,
Is
do
that
you
correct?
get what I'm saying, Chatra, or like so? Uh, okay, the reason I'm like, like, it will be ignored in the exam, but it's a mistake that we should avoid doing. So what you are saying sounds like this with u umlaut,
Oh,
but
okay.
there is no umlaut in Präteritum.
Durfte.
There is no umlaut. So if you look at the
Oh,
table for conjugation table in Präteritum, check. There is no umlaut anywhere, right?
would you please pronounce it out once again for
Just
me?
u, dufte. So you say du, right? You don't say du. You say du, right? Like du bist ein guter Mann,
Durfte.
right? Instead of saying
Durfte.
the, you say
Okay.
du. That's it. Du.
Do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
I'll
have to
try.
do this, something like that. Let me just remove
Okay.
this so that yeah, it looks good. Continue, please.
The screen is yet to show up. Okay. Er musste Dokumente drucken. Er sollte
Not er
Dokumente
s.
drucken. Es soll Dokumente drucken. Es wollte Dokumente drucken. Es mochte Dokumente drucken.
Yeah. So for
Sie
z, it's
führt,
the same. Okay, you can do it. Yeah.
okay, sie führt ein Meeting. Sie kann ein Meeting führen. Sie darf ein Meeting führen. Sie muss ein Meeting führen.
Again
Sie
you
soll
said again
ein
you
Meeting.
said muse. It's not you, it's o. Straightforward o.
Sie. Okay, I'm extremely sorry.
No problem, no
I don't know
problem. It's fine. It's my job to correct.
what I'm
Continue.
doing.
It's fine. I
Okay.
mean, so what
Sie
is happening
soll.
is that like you are saying you where you are supposed to say o. So you just have to look at it, you know, just look mo. So mu. Okay. If there was an
Oh,
umlaut, the 2 points with above you, then I would have said you, mu. There is no umlaut, so it's just straightforward mu.
okay. Sie soll ein Meeting führen. Sie will ein Meeting führen. Sorry, sie will ein Meeting führen. Sie mag ein Meeting. Sorry, sie mag ein Meeting führen. Sie könnte, sie konnte ein Meeting führen. Sie sie dürfte ein Meeting führen. Sie muss ein Meeting führen. Sie sollte ein Meeting führen. Sie wollte ein Meeting führen. Sie mochte ein Meeting führen.
Yes, please.
Wir besprechen ein Projekt. Wir können ein Projekt besprechen.
So
Wir
this bay,
dürfen
right?
ein.
So this bay, so this is something. I mean, I think I taught in A1, and I said it's not important, but I think I should not have said that. So when you say, so besprechen, like it has the prefix bay, right? Yeah. So okay, I think I'll have to do this. Let me just. This is slightly off topic, but I'm very peculiar about pronunciation. So let's do that. So when you have this one, yeah, and you have these two are verbs, right? Uh, this this is also a prefix, and so let me just highlight these two. Yeah, this is also a prefix. Yeah, but this prefix is separable. Yeah, meaning when you frame a sentence, you will have to say ich leite blah blah weiter. But when you use this one, this is not separable. Be is not separable. And when a prefix is not separable, you don't emphasize it. So this is pronounced as weiterleiten, but this is not besprechen. It's just besprechen. So when a prefix is not separable, you don't have to emphasize it.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah.
understood.
So yeah.
Rohit, one more question. Besprechung is meeting, that is,
Besprechung
is
is
it
a
same?
meeting or it normally means
Yeah.
discussion. Yeah. But of course, a meeting where discussion is
Ah,
happening.
teams meeting because we have the, teams Besprechung. We get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, continue, please,
Wir,
Chaitra.
wir können ein Projekt besprechen. Wir dürfen ein Projekt besprechen. Wir müssen ein Projekt besprechen. Wir sollen ein Projekt besprechen. Wir wollen ein Projekt besprechen. Wir mögen ein Projekt besprechen. Ihr organisiert das Büro. Ihr könnt das Büro organisieren. Ihr dürft das Ihr dürft das Büro organisieren.
No.
Ihr
Say the word
müsst
organ. No, it's organisieren.
orga, orga, organisieren.
No. So say
Organisieren. Orga,
orga. Don't pronounce the R part.
orga, mhm,
Orga,
orga, mhm,
organi,
ni,
organi, organisieren,
organi,
organisieren,
zien.
organisieren.
Organisieren.
Yeah,
Zien.
like
R is also silent, okay?
it's like it's
All right?
there. It should sound like you are saying it, but I should not hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You
Yes,
don't say
yes.
like you don't say bottom. You say bottom, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Ihr könnt das Büro organis oh, sorry, organisieren. Okay. Ihr müsst das Büro organisieren. Ihr sollt das Büro organisieren. Ihr wollt das Büro organisieren. Ihr möchtet das Büro organisieren. Sie nehmen an einer
Yeah,
conference
so if you know,
time.
it's fine. So if you know for via, you know for z and z, it's the same thing. But
Correct.
for
True.
ia, did you give the preteritum as well?
Oh, I didn't.
Then please do that.
Okay.
Hint
Your
for
contact.
this one, if you want to preteritum, just take the ish and add te at the end. If you want the conjugation for ish, just take the conjugation for ish or for rzs because it's the same and add te at the end and you'll get the conjugation for ia. Did you get my point or did I confuse you?
Understood. Add et to end
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. Just stay. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Your contact. Das Büro organisiert.
Content. There is no
Your
umlaut. There is no umlaut. Content. Here, where is the umlaut?
content. Okay. Got it. Er durfte das Büro organisieren.
No, no,
Ihr
no, no. We are talking
musstet.
about ear. So ear
Ihr.
content,
Okay.
ear duftet, ear mustet, ear zoltet, ear voltet, ear mocktet. That's it.
Okay. Yes.
All right. With that, we'll have to little bit. Thank you very much for bearing with me, Chitra. Okay. Somebody asked this question about like explain this, besprechen and yeah, someone said like vital item and besprechen. Let me get this slide for you. So, uh, so whoever asked this question, I hope you are not part of my A1 batch because you're supposed to know all this. But yeah, and so there is, there are like separable verbs in German language. Separable meaning like trennbare. Yeah. What does? Let me just make the size go bigger so that. Yeah, separable meaning separable. Boy, they are also called as trennbare Verben. Yeah, in German language. What do they mean? For example, if you have the verb uh, sagen, yeah, it means to say. But if I this one means this is pronounced as zusagen, yeah. This means to, like, if you apply for a job and if you get acceptance, it will be a zusage email, yeah, zusagen. Then you also have absagen. Absagen is a rejection email, yeah. No one likes to get that, yeah. So what is happening is that I'm taking a verb and I'm adding some prefixes to it, and the meaning changes completely. And these prefixes are separable, meaning I will say ich sage and I will say ich sage zu, and then I will say ich sage ab. So here the prefix gets separated when you write it, yeah. But let's say if I use a modal verb, right? So ich kann zusagen, I can say yes, I can say no, yeah. But here, like, so here you are not separating it because you are using a modal verb. Now I said so, and then there is this verb sprechen. Yeah, sprechen means to speak. Then there is besprechen. Besprechen, like literally, I mean, if as far as I know, it means to discuss. Be is also a prefix, but this is not a separable prefix. It's a prefix, but it's not separable. So when you write a sentence with it, here, ich spreche, and then you have over here ich bespreche. You will not say ich spreche be because it's not a separable prefix. Yeah, it's a prefix, but it's not separable. Meaning it's not a separable or trennbare verb. Now, if I frame a sentence with modal verb, so you will say ich. I'll say ich kann besprechen. Now, when you so now we are talking about pronunciation. Let me just so we are talking about we are focusing on pronunciation, yeah. So now if I want to pronounce if I want to speak say this sentence, I will say ich kann zu sagen, yeah. I'm emphasizing the zu part because it's a separable prefix. If I want to say this sentence, if I want to speak if I want to say this sentence, read this, and I will say ich kann besprechen. I will not say ich kann besprechen. So because when the prefix is not separable, you don't emphasize it, meaning you should very quickly be done with it. Makes sense? I don't know who asked this question. Let me just check the chat. You got it, Amitasha? Okay, yeah. So please ask, if I'll explain more if you don't get it. So when you have a separable prefix, you emphasize it. If it's not separable, you don't emphasize it. What Chaitara was doing is that she was emphasizing this part, and she is not supposed to. Yeah. Okay. It's a very like tiny part, but it just makes a whole lot of difference when you speak. This is what differentiates you from someone from a native speaker, and you want to get as close to a native speaker as you can. Yeah. So any more questions? Any more questions, guys? Okay. If there are no more questions, I don't think we'll finish the. I mean, we have only 7 minutes left in this call, and the next topic will take more than 7 minutes. So I will end this call. Let's end this call. I will post the link, or you already have the vocabulary part. Just join that. Before we do vocabulary, we'll cover the adjectives part. Okay. I hope everyone gets my point. I will end this call. I'll post the link in the group. Please join that one. If you don't have the link, everybody's in the group, right? WhatsApp group. Is there someone who is not in the WhatsApp group?
I'm not there.
Okay, let me just. How did you get this link then?
It was in your YouTube video. From there, I went to Substack. From there, I came here.
Okay, then let me. Okay, then in there also you will have that the vocabulary, but I'll just for the sake of I will give me 1 second. I'll unshare and I will post the link in the Substack will also have the vocabulary link, but just for my peace of
Okay.
mind, I will post the link here in the chat as well.
Super. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Where is it? This one. Copy. So just yeah, I will post it over here. Once I end this call, this link will be gone, but I think it's the same as the Substack one. Please copy it in some word or something like that, and then I will end this call. Let me know once you have copied it,
Sure.
please.
Thank you. I'm done.
Okay. All right then. See you in the. Send me an email, and I will send you the WhatsApp group link. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll do
All
that.
right. See you, guys. I'll end this call and see you in 2 minutes. Yeah.